Good morning, everyone. This is Stephanie.
Hi, good morning, and this is Abira.
Welcome to our second episode of Healing Sisters, all about manifestation. Manifestation is all about your thoughts, putting your thoughts out into the universe, and creating your reality. Every thought we think is something that we manifest. Abira, what's your definition of manifesting?
It's pretty much what you said. It's what we put out to the universe. That's what we get back exactly into our life, and we attract what we want into our life. So it's very important what we think because our thoughts are our trump cards, and that's something God gave us. It's our power, basically. So we have to be very, very careful what we think because every thought matters. And we have, it's in our control what we want in our life, basically. So we can make it beautiful if we want to. And so manifestation is the key.
The key to manifestation, I believe, is thinking positive thoughts. When we think positive thoughts, those positive thoughts spread into the universe and then spread to the next person, the next person, the next person, the next person. If we think negative thoughts, then those are the things that are gonna come back to us. So if we get up in the morning and we think, oh, you know what? I don't think today is gonna be a nice day. You get up, you go out the house, and you look at the sky and you see that it's raining. So you say, okay, it's raining, so I'm not gonna have a nice day today. Well, because you said that and you put that out into the universe, it's likely that you're not gonna have your best day. Maybe you will hit traffic on the freeway going to work. Maybe you'll be late to work. Maybe you'll have a meeting at work that you weren't prepared for. Because you said that one instance at the start of your day when you woke up in the morning, instead of starting your day with a positive statement, you ended up having a domino effect for the rest of your day. Wouldn't you agree, Abira?
Yeah. I totally agree to what you said, Stephanie. And I just wanted to pick it up a little bit and say that, we can even manifest, bigger things into our lives. It's so powerful. We can do, purposeful manifestation. Yeah, the first step towards what I think towards manifestation is we first need to know what we want, in our life, whether it's our day-to-day life or whether it's in our goals in our life, what is that we're really striving for in our life. And then once we know what we want in our life, we have to move forward towards that and put it out to the universe. And there's a process called progression. It's like where you actually have this vision in your mind where you go into the process and see yourself living that dream or that goal that, okay, I want to be this, or I want to be, suppose you want to be a spiritual teacher. So you go when you're in your life, and now, or 6 months, and you see yourself as a teacher, and all whatever is happening in your life. It's called progression. And you ask angels, and this is where the angels come, who plays a very big part in your life, in your manifestation process. They'll help you see, what can happen in 1 year from now or in 6 months from now. If you want this, then what other things that's going to happen that's magically going to happen into your life that you can attract into your life, and they will support you in your process. And so this is like the first 2 steps. So the first one is to know what you want. The second is the progression. It's like you do the vision. It's like you're having the vision and you live it in your mind. And then you have to kind of have another very important process is to suppose you want like a car, and it's to have like a model. Or sometimes vision boards they work really well too.
Yes, I
I
love vision boards. I use my vision board every day. Vision boards are great.
Yeah,
For
vision
an
boards are
example
awesome.
of a vision board, like Abira said, if you want to, you want a new car, you need a new car, you can pick out the model that you like, go through some magazines, cut out some pictures of the model that you want, the color that you want, and put as many of those as you can on your vision board. And look at that vision board every day and say, I'm going to have this white Volkswagen Jetta very soon. And eventually that's going to manifest into your reality.
Correct. That, and also is to have you can have like a really like a model. Like if you want a home, you can even have a model home, and you can actually imagine that you are inside the home. Like visually, you can imagine that you are inside your huge bedroom, or so you're actually living there. So you're manifesting it. So that's a very powerful way of manifestation. And then another very important key things towards manifestation is to have no fear. When you're asking the universe to bring all of this things towards your life, don't put any fear into it. Because any little bit of fear you put into this, it kind of acts as a block. And so it's very important that your intention is always, it's free. Energy should be flowing very freely. Once you put a block of fear, it kind of stops the flow. So it's very important. You let it flow. It has to be very easy. You ask for it, and then you just have the faith that it's gonna come back. You just have to have that faith. That's very important too. So Stephanie, you want to add anything to that? Stephanie, do you want to add anything to that? Oh, I'll just go ahead. Anyway, so have no fear. That's definitely. And then again, I would say that always be aware of that. You can change your life. That you have these secrets. These magic with you, which is your thought. So use it to change your life in a positive way, and that's why we have these manifestations, the amazing things we can use to bring magical changes into our life, and so we should use it the best way we can. And another thing is when we ask for these changes, we shouldn't ask them repeatedly. We should. It's like when we go. Just to give an example. Like Doreen Virtue, I follow her very, I read her a lot. Like she says, like when you go to a restaurant and place an order, you just don't say you don't keep on asking on the waiter that bring my order, bring my order, bring my order. You just say, okay, I want this, and then you just know that your order is going to be delivered. It's the same way. That okay, you want this, and you just know that it's going to come back to your life. And so be sure to release all your requests. It's very important that you want to release your request to the universe and know that it's going to come back. So that's how the whole manifestation works.
I completely agree, Abira. I believe that knowing what you want is going to come true, and then giving that order to the universe is going to give that order back to you. But you need to be sure, and you need to be clear on what you want. You can't say, well, maybe I want the new job, and maybe I want the new house, maybe I want the new car, maybe I want the new romance. If you say to the universe, maybe, the universe knows that you're unsure, and the universe knows that at that point in life you're not going to be ready for it.
Yes. You have to be very clear what you want. Yeah, that's like the first step. You have to know what you want. Yes, exactly.
And,
so, anything else you want to add, Stephanie, on that? I'm sure you have a lot to add.
Sure. I mean, definitely what I would love to add to our listeners is if you don't know anything about manifestation or you haven't, looked to, manifesting before, you didn't know anything about it, and today is your first time hearing it, maybe start small. Maybe you want to manifest a new friend in your life. Tell the universe about it, and you will see how fast, in the blink of an eye, and how quickly, the universe is going to deliver that new friend that you need in your life that's going to help you make your life better. And so I would love to hear you guys, if you want to leave us some notes on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Healing Sisters. If you guys do some manifesting this week, we'd love to hear from you as far as things that you have manifested. But now, me and Abira, after we've spoken about manifesting with you guys, we would love to do some angel readings. And we're going to go ahead and check our Facebook page now to see if we have any questions. Abira,
yeah, I
have our Facebook page up in front of you there? If you could let me know what questions we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. We do have two beautiful questions. And so one is from Shruti, another is from Shraddha. And so what Shruti wants to know is, she's saying, I'm going to read it out loud so everybody can hear it.
Okay, wonderful.
She's saying, hi, Healing Sisters, it's my dad's question. When will we be buying our own home, as we are staying in a rent house? And my other question is, will I be able to be an author? Do you want to do one at a time and read? You want me to read the second one later, or?
Yeah, I would like to. What I'll do is I want to do. I'll do 3 cards for each question, and we'll do one question at a time, and we will take it from there.
Okay.
So I guess the first question that I'm gonna speak to the cards about is going to be the one about your new home. The deck that I'm going to be using today is the Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle cards, written by Doreen Virtue. This is one of my favorite decks. It's a deck that I use daily, and I do find that the messages that are needed to come through from the angels for my clients really work best with this deck. So I'm just going to shuffle here quickly, and then I'm going to pull the 3 cards that pop out at me the most. And look at that, we have one card that already fell out, so that is definitely a card that wants to be noticed. So that's going to be a card that we're going to put to the side, and we're going to pay attention to that one.
Great.
So I'm excited. Oh, well, I'm deeply humbled by the first card. The first card is the birthday card. So basically what this card is trying to tell us is that abundance is on the way for you. It may not necessarily be in the form, that, you may be thinking, but it is definitely on the way of what you want. So I think basically what this card is trying to show us is that the home that you want is in your future, but there also is some building blocks that are in front of you in order to take those baby steps in order to find the house that's best for you, that works best for your family financially, that's under budget, and, the house where you're going to spend the rest of your days with you and your family, that is going to bring you the most joy, not just a new house. It's going to be that house that you find the most love and the most enjoyment and the most happiest times with. Now the next card we're going to do is going to be that second card, which is the card that kind of pulls out at me, which is the card that the angels are wanting you to know. This card is a card that says, be yourself. On the card is a beautiful young woman surrounded by pink healing light with a unicorn that has a white, pink unicorn horn, basically saying that the situation at hand for the house that you're looking to manifest calls for you to be the most authentic person that you can be, so you attract, as I said before, you attract the best house for you. Not that you're just attracting a house. You know, it needs to be the house that's going to be best for you, because that's what's going to work for you within the future. So this card is definitely, this is the one that fell out. So I think what this one is trying to tell me is to be you and be your authentic self. Not, you know, get the house because your friend has a house or your family has a house. Find the house that works for you. Find the house that's best for you financially. And find the house that the minute you see it, you know that this house is for you. Not just, you know, getting the house because, you know, a new house is something that you want. And the last card for this question is, and I think this is a, you know, a beautiful end to the question from the angels. It's a card of a beautiful little fairy boy, a beautiful little fairy girl with a pink dress and pink shoes, which represents healing, loving life. So basically what this card says, plain and simple on the front, love life. So basically what this card is saying is love your life now. Love where you're at now. Love where you're living now. Love the people in your family that you're living with, the friends that you're with, because if you don't love the life that you're in now, when you go to that new home, you're going to bring that same, maybe not so loving spirit to the new home. So in order to find the best house that matches you, that works best for you and your family, love the life and the place that you're in now, so you can bring that loving peace to the new home and, you know, make that new home the best that it can be for your future. So I definitely think what this reading from the angels is trying to tell us is the home is on the way, but know that the best home that's going to suit you for the long haul in the future is going to be, you know, the home where you're going to be happy, and it's not just going to be the home because you want to purchase the home. You know, you want the home that, as I said, when you see it, you know that this home is for you. When you see this home, it brings you peace, and it's not just getting a home just to get the home. Because if you go about it that way, that's not going to bring, you know, the most happiness. You need to bring the peace from now into the new place where you're going to live, so that way that peace stays with you in that new home. So I really hope that that reading helps you, and I'm excited because this is actually my first ever live reading that I did for someone that I didn't, you know, pre-tape record and then send them the tape. So I'm excited about that. So definitely, you know, leave me a note, let me know how I did. And Abira, what is the second question? I know there was another one attached to it.
Okay, so her second question was, by the way, that was a beautiful reading, Stephanie. And so her second question was, will I be able to be an author and would my book get published?
Okay. For this question, I think the same deck that I was using, I really think is going to be the best suited for this. I was actually going to use another one. Actually, you know what? I just got a note of intuition that I think I'm actually going to change decks, and we're going to use Doreen's life purpose deck, because I think that's going to be best suited for this question. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I think for this particular reading, instead of doing a 3-card like I did with the home, I'd like to do a 1-card. And, you know, this 1 card is pretty much going to bring forth the steps that you need to take in order to have, you know, that book and that published book in your future. So we're going to go ahead and do that reading. We know that the angels are going to give us the best answer that's going to suit you at this time, in this moment. So for this card, the card that we got was the Artist card. The Artist card has a beautiful young woman with beautiful blue flying wings, with her paintbrushes and her easel in front of her and her paint colors on the circular paint board. And the card says, engaging in artistic activities is beneficial to your career and every other area of your life. So the intuition that I'm getting with this card is basically, in order to be the best author that you can be, is that you may want to start small. if you want to publish, your book, you want to start small. You want to spend, the most time that you can to, write the best information that you can for this book. Maybe start small by doing a chapter a month. And then maybe taking those chapters to your local bookstore and maybe reading them on an open mic night. Or maybe if you have short passages in your book that you think that are going to be beneficial to people, maybe, bring them to some kind of open poetry or open coffee night at your local pub or your local bookstore, and start small. And, know that in order to get your information out as an author, your book doesn't necessarily need to be finished. Your book doesn't necessarily need to be, published out there in your local Barnes & Noble and your Borders in order to get your information heard. Part of being an author is, loving what you do, loving what you're writing, and bringing the information to the people. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have that book, on the #1 New York Times bestseller list. You want to make sure that the information that you want to tell people and the story you want to be heard, you want to make sure that it's reaching the right amount of people. And starting small is okay in order to make sure that someday that you have that book published and that you are on the New York Times bestseller list someday. So we definitely would love to hear more about the book that you're writing. If you want to leave some comments on the Facebook page, we would love that. But I really think you becoming an author, that's part of being an artist, because you're sharing your joy with the world. You're sharing your passion, with the world of writing. So you want to continue to share that with the world, whether your book is finished, partly finished, and you want to start small in order to make sure that your book is manifested in the near future.
Great.
And Abir, I think we had another one, right?
We had another one from Shraddha. So I'll read it for you now. What she's asking is, "Hi, Healing Sisters. I'm Shraddha. My question is about marriage. So when I will be getting my soul partner, and would it be love or arranged marriage?" So, romantic question, my dear.
Okay, a romantic question. I am excited about this one.
I know. I love the romance deck.
I think
that's one of the most beautiful decks, by. And you're going to use the romance angel deck, right?
I was going to, but in the instance when the way you read the question, I got a thought that for some reason I think there may be something that the angels want to tell her. So I think we're going to use the magical messages of the fairies, and I also want to use.
Oh, that's a wonderful.
So I'm excited about that.
That's one of
and
my most favorite.
I'm actually, for her, what I'd like to do is I'm going to do a few cards. I want to do a 6-card reading for this one, because I think there's more than the romance. I think there's going to be a couple other messages that may come through. So what I'd like to use first is Doreen's Mermaid deck. We're going to use that, and then for the second half of the reading, I'm going to split it up and use the magical messages.
Okay, perfect.
So you want to know about romance, so I am definitely, I'm excited. I'm excited about this.
Me too. I love the mermaids. I love the mermaids deck. I think that was one of the first. The fairy was my first, and then I got the mermaids deck. Those are my first.
They're both beautiful decks.
Mhm. So magical.
So I really think the first card that we got from the mermaids decks, I'm glad that we ended up using these instead of using the romance deck, because I really think it's going to be telling her what she needs to know. The card that we're getting is the soulmate relationship card. The soulmate relationship card shows a beautiful whale in a beautiful funnel type cloud, surrounded in the beautiful blue waters. And it says, "New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now." So I think what this card is really trying to show you is you don't necessarily need, or rather, this is your past card. So basically what it's saying is you always have love, no matter where you are, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're newly divorced, whatever situation you are at in your life, know that the universe is always with you, and the universe is always fully loving, and you're always loved, whether you're single or in that romance that may be coming up in your life. And I want to do the next card because I'm dying to see what the presence card is going to be coming up.
That's a beautiful card you got, Stephanie.
So for the presence card, and I really think this is pretty much tying into the show today specifically. The card is the morning affirmations card, and the card shows a beautiful mermaid swimming in the waters with her friends, the dolphins and the fishes, and the card on the front says, "Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates to manifestation." So maybe what you want to do, when you wake up, for the next month or so, you want to wake up and say, "I see myself in a beautiful romance. I see myself with the man of my dreams. I see myself being happy, and I see myself with a life partner." That's going to tell the universe that you're ready for that romance to appear in your life, because you don't want to be showing the universe that you're not ready, because then you want to make sure that romance is there for you, and that romance, you want to make sure that romance is going to make you a better person. You don't want to make sure that romance is going to do the best for you. You don't want that romance to be there for you just to have that romance. You want that romance to better you as a person, both for you and the partner involved. Now, the next card that we're going to do for you is going to be the future card. So I really think this future card is perfect. So this future card, it shows the dolphin, and the dolphin is free. The front of the card says, "Break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn." So I think what this card is telling us, in order to find that perfect romance, you want to make sure that you're able to find yourself. Try different experiences. Maybe take a cooking class. Maybe go, indoor rock climbing. I don't necessarily recommend actual rock climbing unless that's something that you know how to do, because that's not easy for many people. But maybe take an indoor rock climbing class. Maybe take a kickboxing class. Maybe take a Zumba class or some kind of aerobic exercise class, and try new things, so that way you can find your passion. So that way, when the universe brings that romance to you, it's going to be the perfect person that's matched for you, not just a romance to have a romance. So I really do feel that the cards are telling you that the romance is in your future, but you may want to take the small building blocks and the baby steps in order to make sure that the romance you manifest isn't just a romance, but it's that best romance for you. So I really hope that reading helped you, and if you can leave us some comments on the Facebook page, that would really make me and Abra's day. Abra, is there any angel therapy messages that you would like to share with our beautiful listeners that we just did some readings for? Is there anything you would like to add?
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that was a beautiful reading, Stephanie, and I'm sure she's very grateful. And I'm not sure if she's able to tune in, because she's from India, I think. From the connection sometimes, but definitely I'll post the podcast and she'll be able to tune in. And also, I wanted to say that manifestation, all your cards are also about manifestation, and it's not a coincidence. And we talked about manifestation today, so it's so much in sync what we are talking about. So it's all about manifestation. Again, I wanted to say that we can create our reality. And my message to Shraddha also is, I just wanted to piggyback to what you said, is that you can create your reality, your romantic partner that you want in your life, and the cards also say the same thing. It's that, you have this beautiful gift of manifestation, and And you have to apply the process of progression that we were talking about earlier, is just imagine yourself or create a vision of you living this, creating this beautiful romantic partner into your life. And, that totally resonates with your reading, Stephanie. So that was beautiful reading. And the angel messages that I wanted to say is that, again, the power of our thoughts that I said over and over again in every my postings I do, and also the power of words too. Our words are so powerful. Use your words so carefully, because every word has vibration, and it's just by doing these little things every day, just choosing the words we say in our daily life, we can really make so many changes in our life. We don't realize that just a little bit of effort on our part can bring so many positive changes into our life. But we have to be willing. The thing is that nobody will come and do the changes for us. We are the ones who have to be willing to do the changes. So we have to make an effort. And so it's just getting to do that and finding that strength between us. And I just want to motivate everyone and tell everyone that we all have that strength within us. And we have to remember that we are all powerful beings, because we are born, with all these abilities, and the fear is one of the biggest things that we need to remove from our life. And if we can do that and quiet our egos, then life would be really amazing. So just tap into your inner divinity and, use your manifestation and take the help of the angels. They are these beautiful beings of light, always around us, ready to help us. But the most important thing that I stress over and over again about angels is give them the permission to help, because they believe in the law of free will. They cannot help us until we give them the permission to help. So they need our permission, and they can help in every aspect of our life, even with your romantic part, soulmate relationship. Actually, I think the Rusty Hour is actually very good with soulmate relationships too. So if you are wanting a soulmate relationship, like a soulmate kind relationship, then, ask for help to Archangel Raphael, but give him permission that this is what I'm wanting in my life, and allow him to help you, and then see the magic. So that's what I wanted to stress, Stephanie. And then, do you have anything to say?
The only thing I would really love to just add is, one of the cards that we got from our beautiful listeners, I believe, was the Morning Affirmations card. So I think it's something that not only can work for you, but I think it's something that can work for all our listeners that are listening this week. Is definitely spend the next week before we come back with you guys next Saturday. Pick a manifestation. Do something that is in your heart, and say it every morning. And definitely let us know how that works out for you. On the Facebook page when we come back and spend these lovely moments with you next week. And let us know how, manifestation helped you guys out this week. We would love to know if any of the information that we shared with you was able to help you and make your life a little bit better this week. And we both thank you for being with us. We thank our beautiful, beautiful souls and listeners for being with us today. We thank you guys for the questions. And we really hope that you guys enjoy the readings, and if definitely, when you guys get a chance to listen to this broadcast, if you can go ahead and leave some comments on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/healingsisters. We would really gratefully enjoy any feedback, and let us know if you have any questions. Have a great Saturday, everybody. Love you guys.